The stadium settles into a focused silence as the bell rings for the final lap of a world-class distance race, with one runner holding position through discipline rather than drama. At the highest level of long-distance athletics, success is measured not only in medals, but in consistency, resilience, and years of sustained excellence. How should the legacy of an athlete be understood when their career spans eras, championships, and record-breaking performances? This documentary explores the journey of Hansjörg Kunze, tracing the achievements and dedication behind one of Europe's most accomplished distance running careers. Hansjörg Kunze emerged as a leading figure in European long-distance running during a period marked by intense international competition. His entry into athletics followed a structured pathway, beginning with club-level participation that emphasized endurance development and technical efficiency. Early training focused on aerobic capacity, pacing discipline, and race awareness, fundamental elements for athletes specializing in the 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters. As Kunze progressed through junior and national competition, his aptitude for longer distances became increasingly clear. Performances at domestic championships demonstrated both physical durability and tactical maturity. Rather than relying on early acceleration, his racing style emphasized controlled effort and the ability to maintain form deep into races, an approach well-suited to championship-level distance running. Advancement to elite international competition placed Kunze among Europe's most competitive distance runners. Selection for major championships reflected consistent results rather than isolated performances. In distance athletics, qualification often requires athletes to maintain elite standards across multiple seasons, and Kunze's career development reflected this sustained progression. During the 1980s, European distance running faced strong global competition, particularly from athletes specializing in high-pace endurance racing. Competing in this environment required not only physical preparation, but strategic adaptability. Kunze's racing demonstrated an ability to respond to varying race tempos, whether tactical championship finals or record-oriented track meets. One of the defining features of Kunze's career was his longevity at the elite level. Across multiple seasons, he competed successfully in both the 5,000 meters and the 10,000 meters, disciplines that demand high training volume and careful recovery management. His performances were supported by structured training cycles designed to balance endurance, speed, and injury prevention. At the European Championships, Kunze achieved some of his most significant competitive results. He earned multiple medals across different editions of the championships, establishing himself as one of the continent's most reliable distance runners. These podium finishes were the result of disciplined racing rather than opportunistic tactics, reflecting consistency across rounds and finals. Kunze also represented his country at World Championships, competing against the strongest international fields of his era. World Championship finals in long-distance events are often characterized by tactical uncertainty, with athletes conserving energy before decisive moves in the final kilometers. Kunze's presence in these races demonstrated his ability to operate within this demanding competitive environment. His Olympic participation further defined his career at the highest level of global sport. Competing in Olympic distance events requires athletes to peak precisely within a 4-year cycle, often under heightened national and international scrutiny. Kunze's Olympic performances reflected preparation aimed at meeting qualification standards and competing with discipline rather than spectacle. In addition to championship racing, Kunze was recognized for his performances in record-eligible competitions. He set European records in both the 5,000 meters and the 10,000 meters, achievements that underscored his capacity to sustain high pace over extended distances. These records were achieved in races designed to maximize performance efficiency, with precise pacing and technical execution. European records in distance running represent benchmarks of continental excellence, requiring athletes to combine endurance, speed, and optimal race conditions. Kunze's record performances placed him among the leading European distance runners of his generation, reinforcing his status beyond championship medal counts. Throughout his career, Kunze's training philosophy emphasized methodical progression rather than abrupt change. High-volume aerobic training formed the foundation of his preparation, complemented by tempo runs and interval sessions designed to improve race-specific endurance. This balanced approach allowed him to compete effectively across both 5,000-meter and 10,000-meter events. Race tactics played a central role in Kunze's competitive approach. Distance races at championship level often unfold at an even pace, requiring athletes to respond to surges while conserving energy for the final stages. Kunze's racing demonstrated patience and situational awareness, qualities developed through years of international experience. Like all endurance athletes, Kunze encountered periods of challenge during his career. These included the physical demands of sustained training and the competitive pressure of maintaining elite performance across multiple seasons. Documented setbacks were addressed through adjustments in training and competition schedules, reflecting professional management rather than disruption. As the competitive landscape evolved toward the early 1990s, Kunze continued to represent stability within European distance running. His presence at major competitions provided continuity during a period of generational transition in the sport, as emerging athletes entered international competition. Eventually, Kunze transitioned away from elite competitive racing, concluding a career defined by longevity and documented achievement. Retirement from top-level athletics often reflects accumulated seasons of training and competition rather than a single defining moment, and his departure followed a complete and accomplished competitive arc. After retiring from competition, Kunze remained connected to athletics through verified roles in coaching, mentoring, and sports administration. Former elite distance runners often contribute technical knowledge and strategic insight to developing athletes, and his post-competitive involvement reflected this tradition. His engagement beyond competition emphasized the values that defined his athletic career: discipline, consistency, and respect for the demands of endurance sport. These contributions extended his influence beyond recorded race results, shaping subsequent generations of athletes. Evaluating Hansjörg Kunze's legacy requires attention to both performance and professionalism. His European records, championship medals, and sustained presence at world-class competitions establish him as one of the most accomplished European distance runners of his era. His career illustrates the reality of elite long-distance running, where success is built through cumulative effort rather than singular moments. Championships, records, and Olympic participation reflect years of disciplined preparation and the ability to perform under varied competitive conditions. Kunze's achievements remain documented milestones within European athletics history. They serve as reference points for endurance excellence and demonstrate the importance of persistence within a demanding sport. The meaning of his career extends beyond podium finishes. It reflects dedication to training, respect for competition, and the ability to sustain excellence across time. These qualities remain central to the identity of distance running at the highest level. As athletics continues to evolve, careers like Kunze's provide perspective on the values that remain constant. Preparation, patience, and consistency continue to define success in long-distance events, regardless of era or technological change. Hansjörg Kunze's contribution to athletics deserves recognition for its substance rather than spectacle. His records and championships stand as evidence of what disciplined endurance training can achieve. If you value stories that focus on verified achievement and dedication behind the medal, consider liking this video, sharing it with fellow athletics fans, and subscribing to Behind the Medal for more fact-based documentary stories. This video contains AI-generated images. They are used only for creative illustration and may not represent the athlete's exact appearance.